What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into my review for Fantasia, celebrating its 85th anniversary. It's pretty insane to say. And this was the second Disney Animation Studios film, and it is one of the most unique that they have put out since. The movie is not your standard film. This is a concert film that is shown with beautiful animations from the Disney Animation Studios. And after watching the film from beginning to end for the first time, I've always seen like bits of Fantasia, but never top to bottom. And after doing so, I was just kind of mesmerized and taken away by the artistry and the beauty. The host comes out and then introduces the conductor, and the instruments get themselves ready in the opening of the film. I just really enjoyed the making of it and the cinematography of the live actions, the very limited live action stuff, and the use of like shadows and stuff and color. I mean, when this came out, I can only imagine what the reaction was. I mean, people probably didn't know what to expect. I mean, this is really a musical extravaganza, and I thought that the film really worked. There's 8 shorts that you see in the movie, started with Toccata and Fugue in D minor, and that's abstract images set to music by Johann Sebastian Bach. That's the opening segment of the film, and I liked it. It's not my favorite segment of the movie, but I gotta say, I was entertained. And then the Nutcracker Suite, which is really great. I think that it's one of the standout sequences of the film. But then the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is my second favorite bit of the film. The music's excellent, sure, but the animation, you give Mickey Mouse something to do. And people see this, now, and Mickey and the Sorcerer's hat and everything, and some people don't know that originated in Fantasia. The Rite of Spring is when the film starts to mature a bit, and you get some really mature visuals with the Rite of Spring. The animation depicts the creation of Earth, the reign of the dinosaurs, and their extinction. And I thought that was all animated beautifully. The Pastoral Symphony, which is the animation set a mythological world with creatures, fauns, and other classical figures set to the music of Ludwig van Beethoven. That's my least favorite segment of the film. It dragged on for me a bit. It's about the god of wine and all that sort of thing, and there's Pegasus is flying around. That's the one for me anyway. If you're going to skip through any of these sequences, that's the one to skip. And then you got Dance of the Hours, ballet featuring hippos, elephants, alligators in a comical and elaborate dance. And that's also, one of the top segments of the film. The hippopotamus is iconic, all that. Really good stuff. But then it's the big one. It's Night on Bald Mountain. And Night on Bald Mountain is the Chernabog sequence. And it's one of the darkest things that Disney's ever released. Chernabog is able to summon the dead, so to speak, and they can, act as his servants and slave at his will. That was all wonderful. Chernabog is a boss fight that I've had difficulty with originally in Kingdom Hearts, but now I can just kick his behind and no issue. If you're playing on level 1, you give him 3 hits and then you pull Mushu out. And then probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Kingdom Hearts video game series, 2002. The original game came for the PlayStation 2. It's got a PS5, version. You can get it on there, and it's all remastered. But yeah, Chernabog is, and you get that music, the Night on Bald Mountain music in that. So that was kind of where I was introduced to him. But he's a presence in the film. He really is, and that's the standout. It's my number one sequence of the movie, and that ends with the Ave Maria, the serene heavenly light of Ave Maria, which I think the film kind of ends in a whimper. You have the bald mountain, and then it just kind of ends out with some happiness coming over the darkness and the light coming in, I guess. I don't know. But Fantasia's got a lot of great sequences. The music is really well done. Is this one of my favorite movies? Is this one of my favorite Disney animation films? No. But for what it is, it's a total spectacle. And I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Fantasia, I think, is a really beautiful piece of filmmaking, original filmmaking. They don't do movies like this. And if they do a third Fantasia movie, I think that could really knock the socks off people, because you can use in their animation characters from the past, not just Donald Duck and Mickey, but you could cameo the whole entire lot of them. They did that short film Once Upon a Studio. I mean, they can do a Fantasia 3 or whatever they would call it and have so many sequences with characters that you love. I don't know. I just think that could be really special. Fantasia, for what it is a 4.5 out of 5 stars. A great, sweet special film that I think is something that should be on 4K Blu-ray. They're releasing The Emperor's New Groove for its 25th anniversary. Well, what about Fantasia for its 85th anniversary? Pocahontas for its 30th anniversary. Let's get some more 4K catalog titles from this animation studios, because they're doing it with some of them. Cinderella, Snow White, Lilo and Stitch, Emperor's New Groove. These films have gotten 4K releases, and of course the big Renaissance films, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, all on 4K, including Mulan. So let's see, will we get The Hunchback of Notre Dame on 4K next year for its 30th anniversary? My fingers are crossed for that. But that's my thoughts on Fantasia, guys. Comment down below. Have you seen the film? Have you seen any sequences of the film? Also, if we're talking about Kingdom Hearts, in the one spin-off game, Dream Drop Distance, there's a Fantasia world to go to. And I think that's one of the most underrated worlds in a Kingdom Hearts game. If you can't tell, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. And guys, come on back to the channel for reviews coming in the future, including this coming week's big new release, Wicked for Good. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter and/or X at Ranking72 and Instagram at KingArises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for Fantasia for its 85th anniversary. And until next time, over and out.